Well, it's overcast conditions here at the La Horquetta Recreation Ground, but it's anything but gloomy in terms of the mood. Ascension Tournament Match Week 11, Terminix La Horquetta Rangers coming up against Moruga Football Club right here at the La Horquetta Recreation Ground. James Saunders is my name, and I'm joined by one of the iconic voices here in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Selwyn Melville, as we get set to bring you all of the action, as we also welcome our friends on Sportsmax and at CCN TV6 here in Trinidad and Tobago. The league leaders, La Horquetta Rangers, coming into this match unbeaten in the tournament with a chance to stretch the advantage to 4 points. Defense Force, of course, dropping a point in the earlier game against Deportivo Point Fortin. Moruga FC, on the other hand, well, they're yet to win a match so far in the tournament, and pretty much, Selwyn Melville, it's a David versus Goliath type of showdown with this fixture.
Let's have a look.
Well, we did get a chance to talk to some people earlier.
Yeah, we spoke to folks earlier on this evening here at the facility, and let's have a look.
Who said to that?
Surely. As you would have seen in the last two games, we are a bit more competitive now. We are in with the fight. And as the tournament progresses, nearing to the end, to the climax, we would be very competitive, and we want all teams beware of Moruga.
What have you been doing, to get yourself closer and more competitive? We have seen more competitive games from your team. What do you think your team have been doing differently?
Well, we have been analyzing the first round. We have looked at areas and the field that we need to, make the improvements. We have made some switches in personnel. We have made some tactical changes. And the guys are really upbeat. We have done some work with them in terms of their mental preparation, and they're ready for the challenge.
Well, they've got a tough game ahead, and we wish you best of luck this evening.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, he has the name Fergie in his back, and well, he's not the famous manager, but he is a famous manager. Your team coming up against Moruga FC today, what can we expect?
Well, Moruga has been improving. They have been doing very well. You can see they have been working hard. We have been able to pump some money into the league. So teams like Moruga, you're going to see they're going to be improving, as you saw tonight with Deportivo. So we're expecting a tough game, a hard game, and we have to come out and play our best.
Well, you saw the opening game today. Defense Force, your closest rivals, they've dropped points. That must be exciting for you coming up against Moruga now.
Well, no, because we also have to play Deportivo. So whilst the Defense Force may have dropped a point, Deportivo is scaring us right now. And what we also had to say is that, teams come to play Rangers, they hold their best game for Rangers. So they might play a game against Westford, and the game so-so, but they come in against Rangers with the best game.
Well, we look forward to our best contest later on. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Well, we heard from the managers. It's time to welcome you to the most important cast, the players, as they make their way out. Moruga FC wearing the orange. Terminix La Horquetta Rangers in white. Joel Cox will be the main official for this match, as we expect a contest that should be leaning in the favor of the league leaders, who have been unbeaten. Let's take a look at the lineup, see what they've got in store for us. And for Terminix La Horquetta Rangers, no Jamal Crichton, the captain. He starts on the bench for the second consecutive match. Moruga, Miles Goodman will start in goal. They've shifted and changed goalkeepers a lot in this tournament. Rajan King Allen has been one of their top players, together with Joshua Ragu. Rodney Young is in there, and they've got some changes, major of which Atiba Charles on the bench. Dernal Maskell, the former TNT female international, will sit in the dugout. And for Terminix La Horquetta Rangers, as I mentioned, no Jamal Crichton, the captain, who starts on the bench for the second consecutive game. There has been a big change in defense with Emmanuel Thomas coming in. It's the first time seeing him in action. Jamal Francois is there with Daniel David, and Atula Guerra, the two-goal scoring hero of the last game, will partner Kadeem Corbin in attack. Dave Kwamina is the head coach. Your opening thoughts on the match, Selwyn Melville. What do you think are the keys to this fixture?
Well, the home team and leaders in the league they will come here very confident this evening that they can continue their winning ways, and they will try to maintain that. The manager just spoke on owner. He feels that his team can always continue to do very well in this competition. They're the leaders, and of course they should be very happy to be able to lead at home on the basis that it is their ground, it's their tournament, and they want to leave here this evening with another win and continue to maintain their status as lead in the competition.
Well, Matty Moruga FC, they've traveled a long way coming from Moruga, which is the southernmost point of the island of Trinidad, and they've made their way all the way to the east to face up against the team that have been unbeaten in the competition. They've rotated their squad quite often. They are missing some players though. Real Gill, the attacking winger, he is off to national duty with the Trinidad and Tobago under-20 team, so too Kaim Thomas. But that man in your picture, Atula Guerra, much will be expected of him. TNT International, ton load of caps to his credit, former top scorer in the United States Soccer League, USL, and his experience will be required this evening as they face up against Moruga.
It's going to be a very interesting game for sure. The fans have come out. This ground is a very intimate ground. The fans are very close to the action.
Well, we've got kickoff as Cox starts the action, and right away Junior Asun charges forward for La Horquetta. And well, that one is too long in the end for Kadeem Corbin. Lots of speculation that he might have been included in the TNT senior squad. He's been overlooked on this occasion, but certainly has not failed to deliver in this tournament. Kadeem Corbin has banged in lots of goals. 5 goals in the competition so far for him. In fact, he moved to 6 last game week. And that one will run out for a throw to Terminix La Horquetta Rangers. Kadeem Corbin, he was the top scorer in 2014 when Trinidad and Tobago won the Under-20 Caribbean Cup. Certainly has been one of the class acts in this competition.
And you've got some known names playing here in this competition, which adds some quality to the event in itself. And you have players like Atula Guerra in, maybe past his peak, but he has done so much for football in Trinidad and Tobago over the years.
Well, here's Junior Asun in search of a white shirt, and that is well cut out. And well, a shot from Ross Russell Jr. goes sky high, and it will be a goal kick. He's wearing the captain's armband today, Ross Russell Jr. Of course, you will know his father pretty well, Selwyn Melvin.
Oh yes, the big guy played a lot of football, a goalkeeper, a man of authority, and to see that his name is still continuing in the game, that's really good, that they're passing on the goodies to the younger ones, and they continue to keep Trinidad and Tobago in the picture.
His father does coach Central FC, who do play the competition, so it's a good point he made about keeping the name moving forward. The son certainly has won it with distinction, this tournament at least. It's Jesus Perez in search of Corbin. This will be cut out as Moruga, they get their first attack going. And well, went in search of the big number 10 at the top, Nigel John.
He's one of the main boys, and they're looking forward to his presentation here this evening, which will keep them in line with things that may happen in their favor or not.
Well, Jamal Francois runs out of real estate and appeals for a throw, and the referee's assistant agrees. So it's a corner that Moruga will have to defend. Tournament hasn't been favorable for them. Change in the goalkeeper's position. Miles Goodman comes in today. His job, oh, quite simply to keep out goals. Conceded quite a lot in this tournament.
This tournament has seen a lot happening where goals are concerned. 216 goals so far scored in this competition. That's healthy.
Well, this one finds the head of the defender, and it goes sky high. That will be a throw. Emmanuel Thomas Well, speaking of those goals, though, Moruga conceded 42 of them. They conceded the most goals in the competition so far.
They should have been wearing golden uniform this evening after so many goals have fallen into their pathway. But don't write them off. You know, we can see better things happen for them as we continue.
Here's Jamal Francois in search of Corbin. So often has been the target, the focal point of the Terminix attack. Always looks busy, doesn't he?
Yes, very active in the field. You gotta have players like that out there who can keep the energy going for your team as well. And as they take control of the ball in the middle of the field, and the nice ball to that left of the field, but good defensive work there in trying to keep out Terminix Rangers out of the picture, because they're home, they're excited, they're hungry, and they seek to win. And Moruga, having the kind of reputation they have so far in the competition, has not been very much in their favor, and they'll be hoping to change the order of things here this evening.
Chance to swing one over, and well, flag goes up. It's not going to count, and whistle does come belatedly. It's not going to count.
The rhythm section has been very active this evening.
Yeah,
they know to keep the fans excited and keeping life and energy here at the Moruga. At the Moruga, no, we're not so far.
While they're welcoming them.
Yes, and
lovely rhythm.
I myself speak Spanish because Moruga is pretty close to Venezuela.
It's not that far, in fact, just a couple of miles off the coastline of Venezuela. Of course, the closest point to Venezuela from Trinidad is the Chaguaramas Peninsula, just about 5 kilometers away. That's pretty close. Moruga just a little further.
Although they're on the other end.
Well, here's Francois. His shirt is being tugged and gets a foul. Tula Guerra has some words with the official. He's saying, I don't have extra shirts. Can't have mine. He's saying, keep calm, guy. I've got this under wraps.
Well, the problem is that the shirt is too big. A tighter shirt wouldn't have caused that problem.
Oh, here's Guerra. Oh, there's a whistle as well.
The guy still
That's a fair point, though.
Yeah, the guy still has this look of authority. Guerra on the ball is high, and he works with authority. He may be aging, but he has certain that look out there that says he has the right to be on the field of play.
Well, Moruga certainly have been pretty ambitious. They've ventured forward quite often in this match. As King wins possession back for them. No Yatam Henry today for Moruga. Defender missing in action. Oh, that's a heavy challenge from Javon Morris, but the legal one.
It was a good cross that came in.
Should run out for a throw. Well, for a team that has conceded 42 goals in the competition and lie at the bottom of the table, they certainly haven't lacked confidence in the opening few minutes of this contest.
Well, nothing could change what has happened already. So it's up to them. They know that all they can do is come out here on any evening and give the best they could give. And probably things may turn around for them in the game or in the tournament in itself.
Well, the crowd certainly building up nicely here at the La Horquetta Recreation Ground. Rainy conditions at the start of the opening match at 6 p.m. Well, that has dried up and still quite heavy, but certainly a bit more fluency we're seeing on the surface now with the movement of the ball.
Yes, they're working certainly much better on the field. And like what we had earlier on this evening was like in horse racing, they say it's heavy on the foot. You know, it's not that smooth way of moving about. But what is important is that conditions have eased a bit So the players are having a bit more comfort to move around in the field. And while Rangers are trying to knock the ball up and down, Moruga seem to be looking for that possibility to go forward, but they've been pushed back defensively now. It's going to make it very difficult for them as Rangers continue to press in this early part of the game. As we're looking at just about 9 minutes of football being played in this match between Moruga and Rangers.
So here's King, goes in search, and Caleb Sturge has to get his body in the way, and he's done so quite well. But still open for Moruga on an acrobatic-looking effort, and easy in the end for Jabari Bryce. Of course, he fills in for Jabari St. Hilaire, who is on international duty for Trinidad and Tobago. But Moruga, they've certainly been adventurous and, well, coming close.
Wow. Rangers were probably just going to lie back just a bit and watch Moruga with their enthusiasm, and hopefully that they get the break and make the difference in the early part of the game. That's what they're going to see.
It's a strategy they've used with devastating effect in this tournament. Sitting back on the counter-attack, and well, that one is cut out by Rodney Young. A lot will be expected of him in defense. He's one of the more experienced defenders that they do have.
The uniform seemed pretty casual. It's not really that football, offensive football dressing. It's casual t-shirt that you're wearing on a Sunday, and but I think they would have better ideas in their mind than what they look like on the field, but what they represent and what they give would make a difference.
Well, Young sent that somewhere far away from his goal, but he'll have to defend again here. And again, Rodney Young seems to be omnipresent, but they've got to defend against Corbin. And oh, somehow, some way he kept that out. And they're not going to care what it came off of. They're just going to be happy that it did not end up in the goal.
I can tell you that I don't want to see, as he would say, that happening. So I have to depend with all my might here for my team this evening. And that one into the side netting did not give them what they wanted.
Well, that went through everybody. Daniel David will keep it alive. He's got Sturge in support. Good overlapping run from Caleb Sturge. David. And, well, unconventional clearance, but an effective one. Putting their bodies on the line as Jesus Perez. Well, his intention was finding Corbin, who lost his footing. So after 12 minutes, still goalless between the leaders, Terminix La Horquetta Rangers and Moruga.
It's really nice to have football back in the picture, because the COVID thing had done a great deal of harm to the sport here in Trinidad and Tobago over the last couple of years. And now people are very happy to be back out in the open and playing football. And you see the national team going out, and despite all its challenges, still able to pull up some wins, pull up one today. And what we are seeing here now is that Trinidad and Tobago needs certainly a lot more action. And Angus Even, his company, they've got some work to do to help rebuild that image that Trinidad and Tobago has in the game. And obviously, things like these that are happening with the Ascension League and all that adds a great deal to the game in Trinidad and Tobago. You have the youths are playing a lot of football as well, the Tiger Tank competition and so on, and that's good. That's what we want to see happening, despite all the problems and the closed doors that we had in the last couple of years. Now you're seeing that people are coming back out in the open. They don't have that fear for COVID as they've had in the past. And what we are seeing as well is that the citizens themselves have not really been, to me, they should be more responsible. But yes, they are coming out, they're doing things, and we like to see that. Here we have the cheerleaders who are leading across there in the main stands with their dances and everything, with all the rhythm coming from the band, and that's beautiful. That's what we want. We want energy. We want to bring out the people and let them come out. It's a good shot. And
that's
a
good.
one.
That's very good. And, well, when it rains, it pours goals for Moruga as he's made himself a hometown hero, Tyrese Reefer. And boy, is he having a celebration about it. Against the run of play, Moruga FC. They started from the bottom, but now they're here, and nothing that man can do about it.
I tell you what, though, I saw it as a good shot, but I didn't think they would have gone to the finish line with a shot like that. It was absolutely a stunner, and the young man has done certainly something. We were arguing about the state of the game and the dressing, but that was a well-dressed-up shot, a devastating shot, and would cause any kind of uproar in the place, and would reap a stunner and one of the better goals you'll see in the competition.
Well, he's come in as the replacement for St. Hilaire, and well, he's been dressed down by that Reefer effort. Well, I tell you what, you've not seen more beautiful goals than we've seen this evening here in La Horquetta. In the earlier match, some of the best goals that you've seen, and I think that is a cherry from Tyrese Reefer.
Well, you know what I like about that is that, for me, with all the experience, I didn't give him that drive to go and score a goal like that. But it certainly was a stunner, and it's a nice way to start off this game, the second part of the evening. And there could be more coming in the bag.
Well, when a lion is wounded, it lashes out, and well, they've certainly lashed out Moruga FC. They've stunned the league leaders. They have them under pressure.
I tell you what, though, you look so excited, and because you're a goalkeeper, you know what it's like to face up to a shot like that. Could be a heartbreaker.
Certainly is. Got nowhere near it, and well, she's happy. Lionel Maskell, the head coach, is there to be a response. Not this time, as it goes out for a throw.
So Rangers are now looking to put the pressure back on. They're getting deeper into the Moruga half of the field, into the attacking third, and trying to make that difference to get one back, to bring some comfort back to their soul. Because sometimes when you don't expect certain things, they throw you off your rhythm, and they could be in trouble here this evening if they don't. But here's a chance for them to move forward here now.
Well, Corbin can change that. Oh, what a save that is. It's not over. Has to save again, and he does the job, and he cleans up well. Well, I tell you what, it's a seesaw contest at the moment. But the goalkeeper from Moruga FC, he's done his job pretty well. Kept them in the contest.
Threw himself very nice to the left of the goal and blocked it out. And then to me, the last ball that came in for the keeper to save, it was a chance there for Rangers to really get back into contention and get the game a 1-1 score. But it was a feeble shot and a feeble effort at that.
And but he just felt that the second one appeared to be going in, but Miles Goodman was well positioned. You just need your goalkeeper, Selwyn Melville, to keep you in the contest, especially when you're coming in as an underdog.
Oh, it lifts your spirit really, really high when you see the goalkeeper is blocking out some of the great efforts from other players.
Well, here's Moruga again for two, and not this time, but they're certainly rattling the cage at the moment of the home team. And the panic buttons are going off. They're coming closer.
Yeah, I like the spirit of Moruga here this evening. They haven't got the right approach and right attitude. We have nothing to lose. So the only thing that happen for us here, if we lose, it's just another loss. We win, then it's a positive for us here. Young heading back out. Arturo Guerra takes it down to get support, but this one they go out of play.
Well, if you just tuned in, that's not an error. Moruga lead Rangers by 1-0 in minute number 19. The folks in La Lune, Bastia, Marac, St. Mary's Village, 5th Company. Well, they're glued to their television screens at the moment. They've got something to smile about. Well, they've got to defend here, and well, just like that, The euphoria has gone away, and it's that man. You leave him for a second and he hurts you. Atula Guerra pulling Rangers back level.
Yeah, he has a voice to shout now, and he has now scored his 7th goal, I think, in the competition. He is not staying away from goals. It's 7 or 6 of them.
That's goal number 6 for Atula Guerra.
Yeah.
Love scoring goals, and what a crucial goal.
There's always been a positive name for Trinidad and Tobago over the years, and he continues to give service. No matter how old he has become, he continues to give back to his country, and here in the league competition, he has done just that. So this one there, just sliding off his right boot into the back of the net, and sticking that boot out. He got a touch on it, beat the goalkeeper, and it's now 1-1 with just about 20 minutes of football being played here at the recreation ground here, you know, in La Horquetta. And here at the Ascension League has been one that's getting to the people. They're enjoying themselves, and I like the spirit that they've brought here to the competition, where many of the fans are able to come here and enjoy. They get the rhythm section, they keep the place full of life, full of energy, and then with Sportsmac getting into the middle of this is adding more favor to this and enjoying what Trinidad and Tobago has to offer. I know the Jamaicans have their thing going with the football as well, and Trinidad and Tobago did well in the recent times with the secondary schools, and now the Ascension League has taken pride of place in competition here as play is back on the way, and Moruga trying to get back into the picture. A substitution is going to be made here shortly, and Moruga is bringing in number 8.
Well, he's scored 8 goals for Trinidad and Tobago, Atula Guerra.
Yeah.
45 appearances, and, well, certainly proven and shown all of his experience here this evening, pulling his team back in the contest after trailing to Moruga. Well, will they keep their nerves, Moruga FC? Well, an early change, the goal scorer, Tyrese Reefer, has gone off, and Atiba Charles, who started on the bench, has come in.
Atiba is also a player who has great experience, played club football in the Pro League, also in the national team. So coming out, I was surprised that he wasn't a starter in the game this evening, but he would certainly show his best when things go into real gear here this evening.
Here's Javon Morris, the battle for this, kept alive. Oh, Morris, well, trying to be clever, and it could be a foot race with Sturge, and did well enough to get it back to his goalkeeper. But it's not usual that this early in the match you see a player coming off. Might have been injury. Here's Corbin on the opposite end now, opening doors here for Terminix Rangers, and that's 2-0. And again, no need to ask who the goal scorer is, you just know. Atula Guerra.
It's bread and meat, because the goal was left open there for him. He got the ball, he gave it to him, and he just casually knocked it back into the net, closed the door. Here is now, they are moving ahead. After 21 minutes of football here, they are now up 2-1, and the big man, Atula Guerra, continues to show his presence here and his authority. And the reason for those who have choice to celebrate. Goalkeeper really thinking that, hey, I need more support here back in my defense, because Guerra should not have had this authority to take this shot so calmly inside my net, because we are not doing what we're supposed to do defensively.
Goal number 7 for Atula Guerra, and really this is on a platter for a player of his quality. When he gets those type of opportunities, really misses. And, well, Moses found that out the hard way. 2-1, Rangers lead Moruga FC after a start of promise. Well, it's disappointment for a team from deep south.
Well,
how will they respond?
Sometimes you come out with full of energy, enthusiasm, and you get some breaks, you figure you've got it right. And then the main team settles down and said, let's teach you a lesson. This is what, if you think this will happen here tonight, it's not going to be that way. We are in control. This is our territory, our game, our control. Just sit down and look and see what we're going to do here tonight.
That goal has brought Guerra in some illustrious company. Did miss the 2 games prior to the one last week due to injury, but he seems to be back to his very best. Also too, Jamal Francois, and his effort in the end. Well, it promised a lot, but disappointing in the end.
Well, what he should have done there, he had time and he had space. He could have done more work to get deeper inside that penalty area and get a quality shot off onto the goal. But he was seemingly in a hurry to get that ball past the goalkeeper and wasn't in control of the shot the way it should have been with that shot. And weak effort, not impressing the goalkeeper in the end.
Throw for Terminix Rangers. Seventh goal for Guerras. Certainly put him in illustrious company. Put him within the top 5 goal scorers of the competition. Oh, this is a good one here. Chance opening up, and that's a great save. Ross Russell Jr. denied, and it's a late flag. So, might be a Moruga free kick. But that man, well, he's done his job yet again, and he's kept the score from increasing.
This goalkeeper would have nightmares tonight when he goes home, because they're pouring it on him, making his life very difficult here this evening. And there'd be many more of those to come. And Mr. Guerra has an attitude this evening that is not a very friendly one. And we'd see more goals coming.
Taken short as Perez swings it in the area. And Miles Goodman says thank you very much as he gobbles up the cross ball.
Despite his challenges, he still has a good smile on his face, Mr. Goodman. But there's going to be a lot of pressure coming on him as Rangers seek to go forward once again from inside the lower half of the field. Their defensive third.
There. It's La Road. Junior Asun there. That pass was intended for him. Slippery conditions, of course.
But you see now that after a couple goals have been scored, Moruga have not been showing up inside the attacking third of the field. They've been pushed back now to defend their territory because of the kind of pressure that Rangers are putting on them.
Well, here's the double goal scorer, Guerra. His pass is easily picked up. Well, they're a bit coy at the moment. It's not exactly the same, but they've been twice bitten and they're now shy.
Well, it's wisdom now because the pressure they're under, they need to cool the pace of the game a bit and start knocking the ball about, sharing the ball, let their players get more confidence out there in the field and get a touch of the ball here and a touch there. And then when the confidence has regrouped itself, then it's time to go forward and launch your assault. But right now, they have to do the right thing. That's what they're doing, is to calm the game down, knock the ball about, get passes to their players, and let everyone feel much better the way things are going.
Sturge. Francois. Here's Thomas. Goes in search of Asun. Well cut out. Only as far as Daniel David. Looking for Francois. Thomas should get there. Oh, that's good. But he just went right through him, almost as he is a donut. And they were away with Atiba Charles and Atula Guerra running a long way back to the defending. On the opposite end, here comes Corbin. Well, he's found some space for himself now, and he's been crowded out. It's good defending. Moruga, they would look to exploit some space now left open by Terminix Rangers, and well, he's just straight offside, hasn't he? The attacker, Nigel John.
I thought he was going to look for Atiba Charles towards the left of the field there and give them that, opening up the field a little more and giving them the opportunity to get a launch at the goal, but it wasn't to be that way.
Oh, here's Thomas. He's got a good touch about him, not this time as he has his pocket picked. Here's King. Not the best of passes. And Caleb Sturge at the fly in there, Atiba Charles, and just second best in that one. He does win a free kick though. Sturge, of course, might know his older brother, the famous local lawyer, Wayne Sturge.
Yeah, played a bit of basketball with me at times, but he has a long way to go where that's concerned. Sturge, hope you're not listening or watching.
Well, here's Asun. He's turned his man inside out. Got some space now. Chance for a shot. Oh, that's clever. And that's a hat-trick for Atula Guerra. That's goal number 8 for the man nicknamed the Trini Ronaldinho. But I tell you what, he's not the Brazilian, but he's got a bag of tricks. A hat-trick.
Yes, 3 in the bag. And he's a very happy man. He's like a hyena out there looking for blood in the night. And he's seeing that things happen. The goalkeeper wasn't able to take control of that ball. He said, thank you very much. This is I love these gifts you're giving out this evening. And I'm here. I'm working to get the best out of it. So he's just piling up his numbers. Before you know it, he may end up with 10 goals to his name in the league. So far, like the league leader, so far. Yeah, he's coming back. Look at that shot. And then the goalkeeper stranded. You know, the shot was a bullet coming in. He drove that with some power off that right foot. And he couldn't hold, and he said, hey, here I am again with you. So he can celebrate because he's in control of what's happening here. He's seeing a lot of weaknesses in that Moruga team, and he's exploiting and finishing. 3 to his name so far this evening. You cannot try anything better. 3-1.
Here's Ross Jr. trying to get Corbin involved. Hasn't gotten on the score sheet this evening, but he always ever present and dangerous. Well, that goal has taken Atula Guerra tied on 3rd in the goal scoring race with Brent Sam. Only Kevon Showtime Woodley and Jamil Boatswain ahead of him.
Boatswain's got 10.
I just feel there could be more goals in this match.
Oh yeah, the party has just begun. And the music is making it better for Rangers at home, saying, hey, this is what we're about here this evening. And Moruga had a long trip to come downtown, and now they're feeling the pinch of it.
Well, Asun is off to the races here. Tried to find Francois. Didn't quite find his mark. But still thinks about it, certainly. And, well, that has taken off from the airport of Hope and gone to an unknown destination.
Well, the thing is that his gauge wasn't really in order tonight. So it was a good effort, though, an idea to take the goalkeeper hopefully off his line and drive that one back towards the goal. But certainly it wasn't heading to the direction that he was hoping for.
Now that's the most that Morris has been tested all evening. Javon Morris. Jesus Perez, the former TNT Youth International. Sturge gets involved. Francois. It's Guerra, the hat-trick hero. Well, Corbin has found some space and has found some goals as well. And it's Emmanuel Thomas who gets the 4th item of the evening for Terminix La Horquetta Rangers. Want to guess who the provider was? You guessed it, Atula Guerra.
Amen. But it's all practice sessions here now for Rangers because this defense is very open, very weak, and very humble. And they're just doing what they want with this team because they don't have challenge. Look, this ball came from the right of the field.
Oh, correction, it was Corbin that with the assist.
Easy tap in.
Yeah, and that says easy. Yeah. A Sunday morning, as they say.
Yeah. Don't sing, don't sing.
That's his first goal of the tournament, by the way. Emmanuel Thomas.
Yeah. Another name to that list of a sea of goal scorers in this competition. And that's very good.
Well, just over half hours gone in this contest, and well,
4-1.
Score is increasing with every few minutes. Terminix Rangers certainly have scored the most goals in the competition so far. They scored 47 goals. The nearest competitor in that regard would be the Defense Force. They've scored 35. Everybody else find a distance.
That's when you spend the money, you make sure that they give you results.
Well, defenders certainly have gotten as much touches as anybody else in this fixture so far.
And they're not under any great deal of pressure, so they can play around with the ball as much as they want to keep their team with the confidence going. All the players are getting a touch of the ball, and that's beautiful. There's no stranger to them when the ball comes. As Serge gets the ball back to him, and he wants to send up to the center.
Well, this is aimed in at Guerra, and well, Goodman will get there first. Many folks coming into this contest suggested that perhaps Moruga might have taken on a more defensive shape. Are you surprised that they were as open as they were in the opening minutes of this match?
Well, I think what we're seeing here is that the team knows that it has problems. There's not been a force in the competition. And this evening they say, well, we'll take our chances. And coaches normally do that. Hey, this is not happening for us. Let's take a chance. Let's change the rhythm here this evening and see what can happen. They try to change it, but it doesn't work. Here's another chance.
Corbin has his chance cut out, has a second bite. Makes some space, and well, it's well cleared away in the end. Can Moruga break and get something on the opposite end? Here's Atiba Charles. King, back to Charles. He's made some room for himself here, and just didn't get the direction at the end product that he was in search of.
He was hoping that someone would have been across the field there looking to capitalize on his cross. But he wasn't in control of that cross enough to find a player and make the difference.
Well, it's a nice crowd at the moment here in La Horquetta. It's a venue that Friday evening, usually bubbling with excitement. I think they've got one of those young acts, young brother. It's one of those young talents. He's going to be dropping in later this evening. With any of his music?
They can't outdo you, right?
Well,
they cannot touch you.
He's a lot more popular than I am, I can tell you that much. Ball cut out by Moruga, but they've given it right back to Root Jr. And Corbin is onside, but he just couldn't control the play just behind him.
I think they may not be getting the ball to move as smoothly as they want on the field because he struggled a bit to get control of that ball. And in the process, they survived that, Moruga, and it's still just 4-1 as we approach the end of the first half. And this is the kind of game that the home team would really relish very much, and looking forward. Caleb will come across to get that ball across the face of the goal from the left of the field, the corner kick.
Well, here's Sturge. Another shy to pile bodies forward, Rangers. And headed away by Moruga, only as far as Perez. It's Daniel David. Got Sturge in on the act. Oh, that's good. Thomas has found himself in a host of space here. Can he pick out a good cross? Oh, that's a good dummy to Guerra. Chance opening up for Corbin, and well blocked in the end. They'll have another go. It's Corbin. Looking for options. Oh, that's good. Give and go with Guerra. Still manages to keep it with some fortune. And, well, Guerra, illegal means used against Atiba Charles. And he's saying that you got it wrong, assistant referee. But I think the assistant might have gotten it spot on.
I think he might run out of steam in the end because he's been very, very active here in this first half. Has a lot to offer to his team. And 3 goals scored already. He will be a very happy man and saying, well, what else can I do again? I'm an old man now. I'm not as young as I used to be. Here they go forward, Moruga.
Well, that's easy for Bryce.
Are they trying the high ball coming across to the goalkeeper because they feel that there might be some weakness in the air for the goalkeeper?
Yes, Thomas. Couldn't pick out Corbin's run. Yes, King. He's been one of the better players for Moruga this season. He's lost possession, and it's too long for Guerra. It's offside anyway.
Well, he send the straight ball through, hoping to keep the ball on the ground to find Tula Guerra for another opportunity at goal. And they are working the game out systematically to destroy this team, because they don't have very much to offer after just about 39 minutes of football played.
Oh, there's no way that Atiba Charles was going to get that, and he's making his feelings known. Apology, just an apology there from the man responsible for the errant pass. Just 5 minutes of regular time remaining in the first half. So 5 minutes that Moruga would want to forget. They find themselves trailing 4-1.
That's not a pretty picture for them at all. They didn't expect to be. Well, they know things have not been at their favor in this competition, but down 4-1 in the first half with 4 minutes to go. I don't think they really want to see. They'll be very happy when the whistle comes to signal the end of the first half.
Well, the last time these teams met, Terminix Rangers were 11-2 winners over Moruga FC. Of course, that result might still be fresh in the minds of some of these players. They freshened up their squad a bit, Moruga, since then, but results have not been much different. Yeah, more competitive than early in the season, as the manager, Eric Gibbs, was alluding to in the pre-game interview.
You know, when you see Guerra, when that ball comes forward in that attacking third, he finds himself in a position where he can be picked out and able to get something for his team. So Moruga will get a corner kick on the far side of the field.
Can make something happen from this set piece.
They've been using the ball in the air to bring some pressure on this Rangers team, but the ball did not make the distance, win in the distance and also the height.
Easily cleared by Rangers defense. Dumped back in the area. So Tiba Charles gets involved. Bit of a slip, but they hold on to possession. Moruga looking for movement, and he swings it into the area and out of play.
Well, they're in a position now where they have to control the ball, use the ball a lot, get their players very much more involved, because they have fallen back a bit into a more defensive posture. Now want to attack and look for more goals. So they have to now not just hit the ball long down the field and hoping to get something. Use the ball as much as possible, get their players involved.
Here's Junior Asun. Keeps it in play, Jamal Francois. He's switched flanks. He's attacking from the left-hand side. Pass to Guerra is cut out. Yes, King. Heavy challenge from Ross Jr. And the referee's whistle sends him a warning.
Ross, a tall man, a big man. And man feels the hurt from what transpired there with that contact.
Kyle Sylvester is the man in the ground, looking in considerable pain. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And, well, it's just a big boys challenge. Unfortunately, well, Sylvester did not appreciate it.
Still feeling the effects of it on the ground. A slight drizzle across the ground here, taking some of the fans out in the open to move for shelter.
But he might have wanted a sip of water, the man on the ground, but he's getting more than he bargained for as the showers start coming down.
A bucket full of water coming down.
Well, he could fill a tank with the amount of rain that we've seen.
I hope he's kind enough to say thank you.
Well, I wonder what she's saying to her players at the moment.
Well, But she's getting some position and some posture. It means that there are certain things that she's not seeing happening on the field, and she wants that to start happening. So the players could now be giving certainly a lot more than they are at this time. But the Rangers is a far superior team to this Moruga squad. And Moruga have tried. I think they started off pretty well, but just not able to have that consistency on the field of play. They don't have the legs that carry them the way it is.
I can tell you who's taking shelter at the moment.
The cameraman. Is it Kerry who's taking shelter there?
Well, everybody's taking shelter, including him.
Yes.
Looks like double shelter almost.
Yeah. And you have to
Interesting looking umbrella.
And you have to have guts to do that.
Are they ready to resume? Rodney Young stands watch over this one. Well, they're dry at the moment. Don't mind getting wet once the party starts, though. Well, this is well into the area, and King. Well, you'd expect him to at least hit the target. Not this time.
Not the shot of a King there. He wasn't in control of that ball and wasn't able to really get an effective shot off to the goalkeeper. And Rangers survived that moment, because these people, when they get into the area and the ball is in the air, they seem very dangerous. 1 minute.
Just 1 minute will be added, Selwyn.
Yeah, 1 minute added on. They've been good free playing here in the first half with
Maybe a chance for more from Rangers. Only as far as Daniel David. Sturge.
He's been very much involved in the game here in this first half.
Maybe a chance here. Could open up. And, well headed away. Tiba Charles doing some defensive duty.
And the beautiful thing was that the ball was kept in play from that header.
Don't expect that much more will be added as this 1 minute comes to a close. Well, I told you about the headline act later this evening. Young brother sang a song about VIP. Tell you what, the fans have gotten a VIP performance from their home team La Horquetta Rangers so far. Here's Ross Jr. And,
his angle was not right, and he couldn't give you the finishing touch that he was hoping for. But what they did nicely was just using the ball, short passes within the area, and weren't able to capitalize on that moment that was there for them to put another one before the end of the first half.
Well, can't be much time remaining.
Seconds out.
Ross Jr. will try to maximize though. He bumps forward, and well, that's a good challenge in the end. Will be a last corner perhaps of the first half. Certainly taking his time about it though, as soon, and well, referee Cox has seen enough of the first half. It's the first half that has brought joy to the home team and sorrow to the visitors, as that man Atula Guerra scored 3 goals to give his team a 4-1 lead over Moruga FC at halftime. We take a pause. We come back with first half highlights after this.
Frame Maritime Limited, the best in marina services. At our facilities, security checks ensures that all vehicles are secured. Our newly renovated bathrooms are always kept in a clean working order. Need repairs and maintenance? We have you covered. Our qualified workmen will get the job done. Boat storages, From our marina, you can easily push off for a family sailing trip. Or out fishing with the boys. Or a fun DDI experience with friends. Boat repairs, secured parking, extensive camera system, boat charters, boat rentals, down the island parties. Contact us at 1-868-634-1653. Lasso Frame Maritime Limited, the best in marine.
Well, 45 minutes and we've seen 5 goals already, 4 of which to the home team, Terminix La Horquetta Rangers, as they lead by 4 goals to 1.
And it's been a one-sided game, really.
Well, the fans certainly have had their belly full of action and they want more, lots more. Let's take a look back at some of what they saw in the first half. Oli, Moruga did start quite sprightly in this contest, but Terminix Rangers always threatened. But against the run of play, it was the team from deep south. Whoa, and look at that.
Look back at that shot.
Fantastic goal coming off the boot of Tyrese Reefer, and he certainly enjoyed the moment. Moruga taking a 1-0 lead. But then La Horquetta responded. Francois, and couldn't get it past Moses, the goalkeeper, until that man stepped in. Atula Guerra scoring the equalizer. Game 1-0 at that stage.
Ball made some height, he just jumped up and rolled off the boot to the right.
And there was more from him. Set on a platter, and he gobbled up the opportunity as Terminix Rangers took a 2-1 advantage. But he wasn't done yet as the Guerra show continued. Asun, this time, creating the chance. And, well, he was most present as he checked that box, getting his hat-trick, taking him to 8 goals in the competition.
That guy's a predator.
Bit unfortunate for the goalkeeper. Quite fortunate for Guerra. And there was more goals for Rangers. This time Corbin to Emmanuel Thomas. And he made it 4-1. Nothing much the goalkeeper could do there. And 4-1. That's how it would remain at halftime as Terminix La Horquetta Rangers lead this contest against Moruga. Let's check out the numbers now. Selwyn Melville. And, well, 9 shots to 3 to Moruga. That paints a picture, doesn't it?
Yeah, very, very, very small picture for Moruga. That they were very much not involved in the game. They were being abused in this game. Yellow card, nothing like that. It was a clean game because they weren't really under any pressure. Moruga, I mean, the Rangers, Moruga always up against it. Offside 1, saves, there's 4 of them. Yeah, but 4-1 win, lead in this first half, money in the bank.
So 5 goals scored so far in the first half. Let's take a look back at last weekend, Saturday and Sunday in particular, as the Ascension bandwagon continued to roll. Matchweek 10, and well, AC Port of Spain took on Real Westford at the Arima Velodrome. And this game, both teams pretty evenly matched, but it's hardly a player on his level. Che Benny, as he forced an own goal from Akil Thomas. That was the opening goal of the match. 1-0 to AC Port of Spain. Benny always involved in the mix and, well, taking no prisoners Westport on the opposite end. Yeah, he's asking question, Gary Griffith Jr. creating a penalty that Karen Cummings converted. Match level. And then Josimar Belgrave showing he's got the talent and the experience, the veteran. And look at this for skill. Yep, that's the son of the former commissioner. Later on though, chances were created, chances were missed. And then Cummings, showing he's got all the class in the world, made that look so easy. AC Port of Spain though would score goals. And well, whenever they score goals, his name is on the sheet, Che Benny. Hit the crossbar that time. Chance to increase it. But that's how the cookie would crumble. Moruga, they were in action as well against second place Defense Force. And this was always going to be a difficult one for them. Jamali Garcia put the Army men on the front foot early with the headed goal. And then later on, Rion Moore scored the 7th goal of the competition, the national striker. Took a tumble, and the goalkeeper was sure not to fumble. Changes were made, but no change was made to the result though, because this game was all in Defense Force's favor, even though both Swain missed some easy ones, but no missing this time as Shaquille Holder got in on the act, scoring goal number 3. Yellow cards were bandied about, and that's how it finished, 3-0. Police, 3rd place, took on Central Soccer World, a match that Police FC were highly fancy to take, but it was David Maloney who turned the tables for Central Soccer World, getting the opening goal, shocking the lawmen. And then it was 2, Ryan Frederick scoring goal number 2. And if you thought that was a shocker, well, you'd have to wait for more shocks. Police did get a goal though, and no surprise, Rakim Kabi from a set piece. They threatened much in this competition from set pieces. That was the chance to equalize, and one that they would rue. And that's because Central Soccer World were ruthless. Moses Jaikaran making it 3-1. And then, well, free ride to the infirmary. And 3-1, it would finish in favor Central Soccer World. So the action continues under the lights of La Horquetta with the light rainfall to back up. And well, more lights happening in the second half, as at halftime it's 4-1 in favor of Terminix Rangers. We take a break and come back.
The situation we have here is that these characters, and I refer to them as pests, right? What they are doing is destroying our country, but not on my watch. No street, no turf, no block shall belong to these cockroaches, right? It's no longer business as usual. Happy hour is over. If they don't fear God, at least they will fear Terminix.
Have you considered how your methods could impact on pests across the country?
I find we look after the rights of pests as opposed to the rights of the 1.3 million law-abiding citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Roach Ladden's son come here for carnival if you'll interview him, eh?
But how could you defend one shot, one kill?
What? You want me to throw a pillow at him?
I didn't say that.
No, well, if a roach jumps in front of you now, what will you do?
Run.
Oh, Jesus, Lord Father.
Pests bothering you? Call Terminix at 672-5007 or 672-0042 or visit our website at terminix.co.tt for a free quote and consultation. Join our fight against pests.
Welcome back. We had a very interesting first half where the host team, Rangers, took absolute control of the first half and made Moruga pay the penalty for not coming with the kind of goods required to be in a game like this. 4-1 score at the end of the first half. 5 goals in the first half. And from the way things have gone so far on this wet evening here, the fans are around there just having their moments.
Recognize that guy?
Share.
The Peanuts?
Nuts.
Nuts landing.
Yeah.
Always a popular figure.
Yeah, so many years, and he's still a force in the business. And
well, I tell you what, Selwyn, look around.
yeah, the fans are all over the place.
They're thick.
And that's a beautiful picture to have here, because they've been waiting to have this kind of action back on the sporting fields in Trinidad and Tobago, and football is doing that. And it's a beautiful feel to see the fans moving about, enjoying the evening.
But I think the Ascension League has been a leader in terms of that, bringing the fans out to football matches following the pandemic. You spoke about it earlier, where you said that this is an opportunity for them to come out, and after many have been confined to their homes for several years, in fact, 2 years, in fact.
Many of them are losing their marbles because they feel cooped in. Very little movement to go anywhere, to do anything.
You know that guy in the bottom corner of your screen there? Mike Grayson, remember him?
Yeah.
Former St. Augustine coach, former national youth coach.
Yeah,
Everybody comes out.
Yeah.
They even got you to come out this evening.
Yeah, imagine that. I'm out in the
Ascension
open
football
again.
bringing everybody out.
Yeah, I've been locked inside, you know. I do my basketball and stay indoors. Do my martial arts, stay indoors. Do my... Oh, yes.
Well, Donald Maskell has had a tough time in a domestic Ascension coaching debut. The former TNT female midfielder.
Yes.
Certainly has a distinguished career as a player. Now making her steps in the international level. She was part of the national under-20 women's team as an assistant coach.
I mean, she's on the conditions here that are soft on the foot, and she has that bouncy walk, the horse on a derby day, you know, enjoying the atmosphere. Yeah, so.
Well, they're here. What do you think? To see the football or young brother? Back in your day, who was the top musical act?
My day? Are you trying to make me an old man?
Well,
I'm
you're a classic man. You're a classic man.
You've been in school, right?
Don't tell me Percy Sledge, though.
No, we're Commodores.
The Commodores. That was the top musical act in your time.
Mr. Barry White.
Oh.
You know, the
I wonder
best.
if they can still appeal to this crowd here.
Well, yeah, they've got it. That music goes anytime, anywhere.
These days it's
In
Skilly
any
Bang, Skeng, Young Brother.
Yeah.
You put a young in front of your name and you're an artist these days.
Talk to me.
Well, I tell you what, here comes the
players are coming back out.
more seasoned officials, led by referee Cox. And, well,
Very serious.
I just wonder what the halftime talk would have been like. What do you assume the halftime talk would have been like for both these teams?
Well, Rangers would want to say, gentlemen, let's not go easy on this team. We have it, and we've beaten them the last time by 10 goals plus. So tonight, we expect the same. But Moruga will be saying, lightning not supposed to strike twice. And in this second half, we have to do something about what we saw in the first half. We cannot allow Rangers to do this to us all the time. And then to Arturo Guerra, he'll be saying, hey, look, you see what I'm doing? I'm getting out early, getting into position to score. So you serve me the ball. Serge, you're doing well. You're playing those long balls. I like what you're doing to me. And you're making me look really good this evening. So these are the kind of things they think. But I think the Moruga dressing room would not be the most friendly of dressing rooms. They would be very unhappy with what would have transpired tonight. And the coach would be going at the players and saying, this is not what we've trained to do. So don't do that here this evening. We've got a good crowd here. We have to entertain the crowd as well. So why are you all turning your backs on the game and letting them run this thing ragged and letting a man score 3 goals and getting easy touch practice goals we've seen here this evening from this match so far at Rangers.
Well, they've made some changes. Ronaldo Edwards, the midfielder, has come in for Moruga. Well, they certainly need to change things up.
Yeah.
Keely LaRoad is the player coming out.
He has a Ronaldo name, so that would give him some hope. He's coming to us here on the near side, on the left of the field.
And that man, your near screen, Atula Guerra, he's been the star this evening. That has shone more brightly than anyone else. A hat-trick of goals. He has his team sailing at 4-1 as the second half action kicks off here in La Horquetta. Already they're on the attack to Kadeem Corbin, and he's won a corner for his team. Well, they've made changes as well, Terminix Rangers. I'll walk you through some of those changes in a few. Well, tell you what, Russ Russell Jr., the left back, he's been slotted into a midfield position. Certainly loves getting forward, and it's in a position where he can get forward. Tell you who came out in just a bit. Daniel David, Russ Jr. challenged heavily, but he still manages to keep it. So Jr., as soon as the player that came out, as the confirmation comes, Josiah Edwards, player coming in. And for Moruga, well, surprise, Rajon King has been one of their more influential players. He's not had a good evening so far, and he's been replaced by LaRode. The deck has been shuffled on both sides of the pack.
Well, it's more Moruga would need to make the changes to build some beef up into their game. But things have gone far better for this team, the home team, and nothing should stop them from just continuing their road the way they did things in the first half.
I wonder if anything can stop this man from scoring. Atula Guerra. He's beaten that man 3 times already, and he has another opportunity now from a free kick. Here comes Guerra into the back of the wall. Managed to keep it to Jesus Perez. Swings it into the area. Good looking ball. Can't keep it in though. Daniel David.
It was tough to get to that ball, but it was a good idea.
Jamal Francois, in fact, was the player aimed at. And that's the unimpressed face of the spectators. Thought the ball perhaps could have been better. Jesus Perez. And, well, it'll be Moruga's throw. Well cut out. And illegally so, says the referee, as the heartbeat of the atmosphere here in La Horquetta gets going. Well, it's a rare chance for Moruga to venture forward. Capable of goals. However, they've struggled in preventing them.
Yeah, because their defense has not been organized properly, and there are too many gaps in there, and as a result, they're paying the price.
Well, that one is allowed to run through to Corbin. He'll take his man for a run. It's well defended. Cheeky, and well, he gets the referee support. Tiba Charles came in as a substitute, but he's certainly been one of the more impactful players in the field for Moruga.
Tiba Charles played for W Connection in the Pro League.
Was namesake Tiba Charles did play with W Connection, the defender.
Oh yes, yeah.
He also was a World Cup player as well.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he's named after a player of some quality.
That's good to go home with.
Well, here are the white shirts bombing forward now. Oh, that's good. And It's a foul, signaled quite belatedly. Had to do everything in his power to stop the run of Jamal Francois there. Well, even used the dark arts, as they say.
He was tearing after that defense. He wanted to get inside that area to do something right.
Yeah, Joshua Ragu employing some rugby tactics. Well, they lead by 4 goals to 1. But they've got all 11 players, well, all 10 players inside the Moruga area, Terminix Rangers. They're hungry. They want more goals.
They are falling behind from what transpired before when they played the earlier game.
So here's a chance. Couldn't find anybody in white. Jesus Perez keeps it alive. It's Bryce. Couldn't get past Ross Jr. And it's Ross Jr.'s turn to use some of the dark arts. Not called up by Anchor Steve this time around, Ross Jr. Corbin. This is good. And a rampage going forward. Well cut out by Moruga. Try to launch an attack of their own. Well, they're throwing numbers forward. And this time that one straight just too far forward. As Ronaldo Edwards is flagged as offside.
But in the attack there, when they was moved in the middle there, the mistake he made was he was running in the middle between 2 defenders who were coming close in on him. And he had to change direction. Going straight would not have offered anything positive for Rangers.
This is good link-up play from Rangers. Maybe a chance for a shot. And, well saved in the end. And Miles Goodman, he has been solid. It's difficult to say that when you conceded 4, but he has done his job for the most part. Defense, on the other hand, it's a different story.
Were it not for his good saving, it would have been worse. That's the statement we have to use.
Well, they're going to send more mortars in the area. Terminix Rangers. Oh, that's a good one. And, well, Guerra thought to himself he could get 4. But Miles Goodman stands firm.
That was a good header, but the goalkeeper didn't have any movement to make for that, to defend himself. He was right in front of him. So he said, thank you very much. Press is doing a bit of booking there with just about 54 minutes of football being played here. 4-1 to Rangers. And the rhythm section is very upbeat because things are in their favor.
He's got tons of space to exploit. Sturge joins the expedition going forward. And everybody's in there. This time it flies over the head of Goodman. Kept alive by Guerra. Corbin. And wow, Ross Jr. certainly had the power, not the accuracy.
How could you miss that?
Well, I guess that's a question he's going to be asking himself. Well, Kyle Sylvester has been a naughty boy and well, been appropriately punished by referee Cox. Taken away by Edwards. Moruga throw. Nice link up between Guerra and Daniel. That's a good turn from Corbin. Well, he's never shy, and he knows exactly where X marks the spot into the back of the net. And you can't keep a good man down, they say. Certainly can't keep Corbin down. That's goal number 5 for Terminix Rangers, as they lead by 5 goals to 1.
Yes, beautiful thing is that he got the ball, he turned beautifully with his back to the goal and then knocked it past the goalkeeper on his near side to his right. He had no chance of picking up that ball, and 5 goals are now on the list for Rangers.
Well, does a chef know how to cook? Well, Kadeem Corbin knows how to score. That's his expertise, and he's proving it again and again. Match week in, match week out. And well, Miles Goodman found that out the hard way. Well, I think he's just left a calling card on the doorsteps of Angus Eve. You want a goal scorer? Call me.
And the camp is turning to the goalkeeper and asking, you said your name is Goodman.
Well, must have heard that a lot tonight when he made a save. That's good, man.
Yeah, like in a boxing match, right?
Perez. Battle his way with Sylvester. Has to be careful, he's on a yellow card. Won't want a card remotely matching the color of his t-shirt.
That's the only one so far for the night here in this game. And you wouldn't want to see a second one to his name.
Yes, Guerra. Oh, silky smooth, isn't he? Oh, sent his man dancing with the stars. Daniel David, he can't hit it, and that's a fantastic save. The best we've seen tonight. And again, Goodman from Goodman. Well, at least he has something to smile about.
Yeah, that was really good, man.
Well, I'm baffled that the referee has signaled a goal kick. I thought that he did get a touch. He knows something that the referee doesn't.
Oh, he touched the ball. He certainly did.
I always felt robbed as a goalkeeper. I mean, a good save, and the referee pointed to a goal kick.
Shot again.
Did come off the crossbar as well.
That deserves another replay.
I do feel like if he did get a fingertip to that.
Yeah, he's very happy with that. One of the rare moments tonight when they say good man, he'd be very happy with that.
What do you prefer, though? Taking a corner and your save being acknowledged, or not having the corner and not having to deal with that pressure?
I don't have to save.
You want to save?
No, I don't have to save.
You prefer not having to save?
Yeah, but in my days when we played, it wasn't about saving.
It's not a bad choice as well.
But attacking the goalkeeper.
Well, they saw a glimmer of hope as a corridor opened up. That was quickly closed by the Rangers defense. Well, they tiki-takaing their way out of the defense now. And in search of Corbin. But he's very good in these situations, Kadeem Corbin. And, well, not this time. He did dazzle for a few fleeting seconds.
Well, he lacked the control of the ball at the time. You need to have better control to get a perfect shot in. And that wasn't present there for him. And the goal became absent.
Was his weaker left foot as well. Here's another look. Yeah, that's a save. That's a save.
He did touch it. He got a touch on the ball.
Well, we acknowledge you, son.
And that's our play of the day.
Well, can his teammates reward him with something on the other end? Well, they're rewarded with the referee's whistle. The protests have come to fruition. Atiba Charles winning that one.
Although the rain has been about, it's been a warm evening, you know. And you can see sweat dripping all over the place from these players. And you know that it's not been as easy for them as it seems out there.
And he's He's an attacker, but he will have to defend at the moment. Two-man wall used by Jabari Bryce. Or Sylvester.
Trying to get that ball to curl back into the goal.
Tries his luck, and there was none to be had. Maybe more from the ensuing throw.
There's about 30 minutes or so remaining in the game. 5-1 to Rangers.
Just an hour gone in this contest. That's his high. Easy for Sturge to deal with. Well, it has been one-sided, but fans can't complain. They've seen lots of goals, 6 to be exact.
And they've seen
Moruga will get another shot to attack. Well, there we go, some familiar faces from the OCM group, Hot 93. Some colleagues of mine, Brandon Benoit, TV6 cameraman, Shelly-Ann, Danielle, and, well, Raul. He's one of the marketing managers at Hot 93. Good friends of mine, good friends of everybody associated with the OCM brand.
and that's the call you got a while ago to tell you that we're up here in the tower.
Well, they've got a VIP seat, I tell you that. They're higher than us.
Now we're safe right here. It's good enough.
They've got cups in their hands, though. Where's our cup, Selwyn Melville? Not even.
Wow.
Well, he was about to cup himself a goal there, but the whistle of the referee interrupted Daniel David's aspirations. Contrasting faces.
I'm feeling the hurt here. As I look on one face.
What do you make of Moruga's approach in the second half?
Well, I see there's a lot of space in the field. They're trying to see how they can use the ball. And they've been doing a lot of work going down the left side of the field, hoping to make penetration there, but it's not working for them. And Rangers have got their number all covered. And they just have to just wait and do their time. Because you see now, Moruga still can't even hold on to the ball long enough to really make entry and create a disturbance within the Rangers half of the field.
You think they've improved from what we've seen in the first half?
Well, I don't see. It's kind of hard to say because they look certainly much better in the second half here, and Rangers may have well backed off just a bit, come off the pedal whatsoever. The ball's gone outside, and they are not pressing the gas as they were in the first half of the game. So things are a little easier for Moruga than it was in the first.
Anybody's guess who he's supporting?
Well, I like the shirt. He looked like a soldier. Soldier boy. Or soldier man.
Well, that's the name of a popular artist these days, Soldier Boy.
Yeah, that's in your alley, right?
And he's a popular man in La Horquetta at the moment, at Tulagera.
Yeah, very, very popular. And he's walking with a sense of authority on the field.
Oh,
he's in
Ross
control.
Jr. And his intentions snuffed out by the astute defending. Wow. I've seen moves like that. It usually involves a swimming pool, but he gets away with it, Caleb Sturge.
Charles strutting about the field. This team has been under absolute pressure.
More defending.
And 3 men are on Atula Guerra.
Well, he scored 3 goals. A defender for every goal.
Yeah, another goal.
Morris. Too long for anybody. It's a throw. Terminix La Horquetta Rangers, they're a team that have rotated quite often. He's been one of the regulars, Javon Morris, nephew of former strike squad captain Clayton Morris.
Yeah. He's a rounded player, well-rounded player. You know.
Oh, quite literally. Joel Leslie Russell usually partners him in central defense. Caleb Sturge has also been used there. Today he's partnered by Jesus Perez. Certainly a man not short on quality. He's a former national youth player, Caribbean Cup winner with Trinidad and Tobago. Francois. Thomas. Well, they get a second chance.
I mean, you see defensively what's happening is that Moruga is now massing in numbers back defensively because they realize they've got to plug some holes. 5 goals already in the back of the net, and they want to avoid that and look for the opportunity to get 1 extra to their name just to leave here with a sense of pride.
And that's a good service. Can't get it wrong, Perez. Edwards. Daniel David sends Josiah Edwards on a sprint to the promised land. Oh, he's still going. And wow, that was desperate defending, but effective.
Well, like his effort that he made to go all the way down, and he kept good control of the ball on the inside, so he wasn't exposing the ball to the opposition too much. But his shot was blocked in the end. And I think that the work he had done there was tremendous in taking it to deep into their half to create a problem there.
Well, good evening if you just joined us from wherever you've joined us around the Caribbean or around the world. Good evening to all the folks streaming on our YouTube platform. Drop a flag in the comments, let us know where you're coming in from. And also all of the viewers on CCN TV6 in Trinidad and Tobago. Good evening to you.
And you know, a lot of kudos has to go to Sportsmax for that Caribbean integration that is taking place here with the football. And many more of our footballers have been exposed to the Caribbean and the world, and that will only bear fruit for many of our young players as they continue to get that kind of exposure.
Well, just in case you're wondering what's the dealie, well, as the police would say, he's a man down. And of course, the players using the opportunity to get a bit of a rest in. Well, there's Leslie Russell, and recognize that gentleman in the middle. As a team owner, he's always actively involved in what's going on with his team. Goes by the name of Fergie. No relation, though, to the Manchester United Alex Ferguson.
Well, you know,
you might think differently, though.
Well, they might say, what are you talking about? You know who I am? I'm Fergie. And your pronunciation is getting better. Much better.
But he certainly has been the key man in the creation of this Ascension tournament. Richard Ferguson.
He's a guy with ambition as well to take the football to another level or elsewhere.
Well, the all clear has been given for play to continue. And Moruga will do some more defending. It's Thomas. Drop of the shoulder. And a shot. Trying to find Guerra. This could open up here. And Oh, they're going to send it anyway, but in front of their own goal. But he's a small guy, but he's not afraid to go into big challenges, isn't he, Emmanuel Thomas?
That's a good tackler has come in there to deny them the presence to have control of the ball. With Daniel getting support.
Edwards gets some space now. Step overs. Oh, he's still got a good cross in the area. Chance still opening for Daniel David. Oh, that's a fantastic save. There's no doubt that he got a hand to that one this time. Miles Goodman. Daniel David, he scored goals like that in the competition. Not this time. He's made his match.
Yeah, the guy gave everything he had to offer. And the buck stops here. He's trying to tell us here this evening. So there is something I have to offer. You haven't seen us yet, but I'm showing you what's remaining as we look at the minutes ticking away here in the final stage of this game.
Oh, what a save that was.
Got that left hand onto the ball.
Oh, and again, save. Guerra lumps it back in, and this time the easiest of the lot for Goodman. More. Oh, that's good. Very good run from Jamal. But unselfish, and Corbin couldn't get it on target. Very, oh, that's good. And again, I tell you what, he's not wearing a cape, but he's a superhero in Moruga at the moment. Miles Goodman.
He's stretching out. And
on the opposite end, looking to make a name for himself though, was Nigel John. Have to settle for a corner.
yeah, the big man on him.
The confidence is certainly being given away in Moruga at the moment. From goalkeeper to attacker. Yeah, that's good. Good footwork, good hands.
Ball was on the ground, on the carpet. He stretched out and ensured that he was in touch with the ball and difficult for the penetration.
Chance from a corner. Bryce got the big paw on the cross ball, but they'll have to defend here. It's Guerra, 1v1. You won't like him in this position if you're a defender. Oh, that's good from Corbin. Open the lock, wide open here. And, oh, good defending in the end. Disappointing if you're a Rangers fan. So much promise on that play. Daniel David just couldn't convert. Here's Edwards. He's got some space, and Perez to run at. Maybe now. Can't get past the big imposing figure of Morris. And there's a man down, but play is allowed to continue. Rangers are taking full advantage. Corbin, Guerra for 4. Wow. Call that the post of Gibraltar. It's still in the way of Atula Guerra getting a beaver trick, and he's disappointed. He wanted that.
Atula looked like he practices very much to hit the bar when he's taking shots. But that was so precise. Players are feeling the heat down there, one man on the ground. Getting attention here. Guerra feeling the worst for wear. Yes, this is Guerra. Gets the ball on the right foot there. What a shot he would have sent off there. Right across to the upright in the V. Close between the V.
But he's got some backup. The one time Goodman was not there to save the upright. Certainly lent him a helping hand, if you can really call it that. Well, I can tell you what, the folks on the live stream at the moment, they're enjoying all of the action. Good evening to you guys.
Players still being attended to on the field. 5-1 to Rangers. Fans
They've
are-
got the best seats in the house. That's the regular captain, Jamal Crichton, you just saw. Taking in the action in the white top. He's out of action tonight. He's with the technical analyst for Terminix Rangers. His name, of course, Anthony McCann. He was a former national hockey coach.
There's always something to do.
Multifaceted, isn't he?
Yeah, if you're not playing this evening, you have
And there's
to find
Tommy Smurder, the popular announcer, the son of comedian Tommy Joseph.
Well, the trading things leave the mark on the surface anywhere you go.
Oh, there we go. Play has restarted. Oh, that's good from Corbin. And Goodman, it's better. Well, Corbin, he's been a tad unlucky. He's only gotten one, and that man is the reason for that.
He's bringing out the best of himself. Another shot taken
And,
down again.
But that's not the best shot we've seen from Guerra all evening.
But Goodman certainly enjoying Guerra having a tremendous evening. The fans are enjoying every moment here. Mr. Goodman.
Tyrone Charles out of action tonight, but he's enjoying the action from the sidelines. Former national winger, sometimes captain of the Terminix Rangers team. He's been rested this evening.
Mr. Ross.
Yes, David. And this time, not enough bend on it.
Roberto Carlos idea, but not working out.
Now the surname is David, Daniel David, but he's certainly a part of Goliath's army tonight. Look at that from Corbin, and look at that from Goodman.
Got his body in the way to ensure that they couldn't defeat him.
Must say I'm a big fan of that young man, Kadeem Corbin.
He's playing a good brand of football.
Well, here's another read from the white shirts and another save from Goodman. Good distribution as well. Could get his man away, but the flag has gone up. Did look promising.
Lost his momentum in going forward there.
Well, lots of space opening up here. Space they could take advantage of. Jamal Francois and Goodman. Wow. I tell you what, the police can employ him as a roadblock. He's effective at stopping things. And Jamal Francois found that out.
Well, he does it late in the afternoon and late in the evening. And
Well, they're calling on reinforcements now to the next Rangers. Moruga will make some changes of their own. And Sylvester will be recalled.
Isaiah.
And in comes Darren Moore. And for Terminix Rangers, Isaiah Raymond is the player that has been summoned. And he has replaced Jamal Francois. It's Daniel David. It's their late drama. Oh, not this time. Ross Russell Jr. bang on target. And the defender who loves to score, well, he did what he loves. And this time, Goodman couldn't stop him. 6-1.
He came on in the second half, going into the midfield area, and he has been lurking in the area consistently. So it's no surprise there when he pulls one out of the hat and put it in the back of the net.
Well, Ross Russell Jr. adds insult to injury, and not even the man they're describing as prime Neuer, Miles Goodman, could do anything about that one. It was too powerful and on target. And more importantly, 6 goals for Terminix Rangers.
Goodman's asking, why me? Why are they doing this to me this evening? I came here as a good man with good intention.
Well, if anybody can keep their heads high, their chin up, certainly Miles Goodman. Daniel David was the architect, and Ross Jr., well, he pulled the trigger. Nothing any goalkeeper could do from that range when it's hit that hard.
Tall man, Ross. Big like his father.
Shuffling of the pack taking place. Both teams making changes. The only change so far really has been the scoreline. Terminix Rangers adding to their already impressive total. Maybe Atiba Charles can add some for his team. Or he's taken Perez to the cleaners, or has he? That's good defending.
Well, he took a very tight area to work his play, and there wasn't very much room there for him to do anything. Because he had a defender who was always bearing down and making sure that he doesn't get that freedom.
Oh, they're ruthless at the moment. Terminix Rangers. Well, that's a good turn. Raymond gets involved. In fact, Daniel David. It's Edwards. Looking for Guerra, too long. Kadeem Corbin. Seems to be everywhere, Kadeem Corbin. Chance to be provider. Well cut out. It's Corbin to Guerra. Maybe 4. It is 4. A beaver trick for Atola Guerra. Well, scored 3 in the first half, and he's huffed and puffed, and finally he's blown the door down. 7-1 to Terminix Rangers, and well, the writing has been ingrained in the wall as Moruga, their ship has sunken.
Moruga has good sea, and close to Venezuela, a lot of sea activities take place, so the ship is not sinking, it's just under pressure.
Well, the connection better than any telecommunication provider, and when he connects, well, that's what happens, man.
He straightens up and gets taller and gets it, an unknown kicking foot was well placed, and when he swung it, he hit right, and he got another goal.
4 goals for Tula Guerra, and that puts him level in 2nd position on the goal scorers chart, and to think he's missed quite a few games due to injury. It's impressive. He's now tied with Kevon Showtime Woodley. Just Jamil Boatswain of the defense force lies above him with 10 goals in the competition. Oh, that's clever. That's very clever. And, well, you feel like it deserved more, but not this time. Good time to take a look at our Sports Max app moment, you think? Oh, he wants no more.
Well, a man could be defeated in many ways, you know.
And yeah, that was very good. Deserved more, but Javon Morris, ruthless and resolute in his defending. He says
guy.
no. Well, our Sports Max app moment, and tell you what, it's a win for Moruga, or in particular, Miles Goodman. There we go. As good as they come, and for a team that has not had much positives in this match, well, he's positive, and I'm positive that he's our Sports Max app moment.
And that's something they'll take home this evening. Goodman would go home and probably have a good sleep tonight, because despite the fact.
And, well, without a doubt, that man in your picture has to be the man of the match, Tula Guerra. 4 goals tonight. Puts him in second position, tied with Kevon Showtime Woodley in the goal scoring chart. And I just feel that even at age 34, when Tula Guerra is at his best, he hardly has any equals.
He has that sense of authority he moves with. He's a big man, tall, and he stretches himself well, his legs are extended well, and he executes beautifully.
Was one of the stars at New Carapo Senior Comprehensive, a school that certainly has churned out lots of footballing stars. You think of Cornell Glenn, think of Kaleem Highland, Tula Guerra, Kevin Molino, and well, Guerra's always been on par with most of those names called. And look here now, oh, that was chance for 5. And yeah, well, for a man who's scored 4, you can't fault him for missing 1.
Missing number 5. But a real goal scorer is angry with himself for missing at any time.
Daniel David, Guerra, Edwards, space. He's going to ground, but he's kept his footing eventually. Chance to get one across, and Goodman, no surprise, he gets in the way. Sturge. Thomas loses his footing. Well, they can't touch it. As the white shirts continue to hog the ball, playing piggy in the middle. That's a good turn from Rush Jr. Oh, I make that about 12 passes. And, well, they're going to keep it. More passes. Edwards. Is there an end product? Not this time. It's a corner though. Oh. He's protesting. Well, from one Russell to another. That's a father.
And the man is deep in concentration.
And there's the son. And well, I tell you what, it's a joyful spirit. Father, son, and spirit.
And with the look on his face, he's concerned about the goalkeeping that is taking place here tonight. He's seen some very athletic stuff from Mr. Goodman. And then now his son has joined in the party of crashing the nets here this evening in La Horquetta. And no surprise, the Moruga players have been on the deck a lot this evening. Cramps, but the pressure that they've been under this evening is understood that things like this can happen on a night when everything is bearing down on you.
Well, maybe there could be room for more. And Guerra, well, sent that one over the top. You take a deflection, it's a corner.
You have a horrible appetite. Your demand for goals is extreme this evening.
Still got work to do.
Just about 2 minutes or so remaining in the game.
Oh, that's too easy from Corbin. And, well, Edwards couldn't find his coordinates. Well, we are inside the final minute of the match, and there's a change for Moruga FC. And it's their youngest player that will take the field, Jamali Barclay, 16 years old. Young man, but Coach Donald Maskell using the opportunity to give him some minutes.
I'd be saying, so because things have gone awry, you sent me out when there's no need for me to make an impression in the game.
It's all about experience for the young man.
Moruga might just be seeking one last dance.
Well, they've got to keep ball first. Well, they've kept it. Kadeem Corbin, don't want to be in a foot race with him. Oh, that's a good pass. That sets Daniel David free. Thought about a shot for a second. Edwards. It's Corbin. Guerra! And oh, wow. They both climbed onto the bicycle and couldn't connect, but the connection has been made with the fans as Terminix La Horquetta Rangers have given them exactly what they came to see. 4 goals from Atula Guerra, 1 from Kadeem Corbin, and a host of others as they take a comprehensive 7-1 victory over Moruga FC. Your thoughts on the match?
Yes, tremendous game for Rangers. They have had a tremendous time here. They came out meaning business. Moruga started off pretty decent, and they were hoping that they could have done something more respectful tonight. Their reputation in the competition has not been good, and the numbers have been scored against them in a big way. So we're going to look at highlights of this game, the way things would have gone on, and early stage, here's a chance there for them. Shot was taken, and the goalkeeper couldn't handle that one early stage, and it shocked everyone with that one. Rangers in control. Guerra, that was a beautiful shot on the right foot. So he gets one in the back of the net. An evening when he just buried goals in style, and they continue to pressure again. Another goal in the back of the net for Rangers. Goodman under pressure. Tula Guerra said, thank you very much. Put another one in. Right then inside that attacking third, they maintained that presence. It was always Rangers were just doing what they want here this evening. And nice tap into the back of the net. The action continued. The first half has been a beautiful one for them here. The tackle coming in. And the referee shows one of the rare yellow cards for this evening. And Goodman was a pride for his team, but in the process, there were too many holes in the back of the net for him. And he had problems maintaining his composure in the game. But he as the goals continue to score, and here 7 goals in the evening, this one to the roof of the net. This guy has been such a gem here this evening, Arturo Guerra. Known names throughout the history of the game here in Trinidad and Tobago, the young players. And boom, another goal. Guerra walking off as a hero here tonight, making a big, big impact on the game. And Rangers celebrating here at so they start the shots 5. You had 28 Rangers and Moruga just 5. 21 shots on target for Moruga. For fouls were 5, 6 for Rangers and 4 for Moruga. The yellow card, just 1. And it's a good clean game, I would tell you, despite the fact. And red card, no. Offside, just 1. Corners, just 1. A little bit of that, but there were a lot of goals to think about and no room for corners. Saves, there were 14 for Moruga and 2 for Rangers. So now that we have that, we are going to go downstairs to Tula Guerra, who had such a tremendous game, a chance to hear from him and what he felt in this game. So James, it's all to you downstairs.
Well, thank you so much, Selwyn. I'm here with one of my favorite players. I always say when he's in top form, there's no equal, and there's certainly no equal for Tula Guerra tonight. You're a man of the match. How does that feel?
Just, happy to get 3 points. Most important tonight was important for us to come out and get a good showing and get 3 points. That was most important for me.
Did your performance send a signal to fans that you're back, you're in action? You missed quite a couple of games, but you've moved tonight into 2nd position in the goal scoring standings with your 4 goals.
Well, for me, basically, we was just trying to, go out there and give your best foot forward and get 3 points tonight. But for my performance, I was happy with it, but I still want to work harder and, you know, improve in my game and just keep going forward.
Any chance that we could possibly still see the ambition of Atula Guerra representing the national team again?
Always, you know, it's always that desire and that hunger. Once I play, it's always a pleasure to be there again, you know. But my focus right now is to win trophies for La Horquetta Rangers and most important, to win the tournament.
Well, thank you very much, Atula Guerra.
Appreciate it.
Let's now bring in the coach, the manager of Moruga FC, Mr. Eric Gill. Was a tough outing for your team tonight, and but you're still here. You still got a smile on your face. What do you make of the performance? And you know, what do you think? Or how do you feel?
Well, first of all, I would like to say congratulations to La Horquetta Rangers for another, you know, well-executed game. I'm proud of my guys. They came out tonight, and we left everything on the field. You know, the conditions were heavy, but they gave it their all. And incrementally, my team is improving, and we have gotten past the two big guns. So everybody else coming behind, look out. Moruga is here.
What do you feel you can still do with your team moving forward?
Well, we have some personnel changes to make still. We have to get the mix right. You know, once we select the right combinations on the night, I think we will be in with it.
Well, thank you very much, Eric Lewis, for chatting with us.
No problem. Pleasure is mine.
All right, let me invite Fergie. I like calling him by that name, Fergie. He's wearing that on his back at the moment. He is the owner of Terminix La Horquetta Rangers, and he's a very proud man tonight because he saw your team win 7-1 and take a firm lead atop the standings tonight.
Well, I think Moruga played an excellent game. As you can see, they really fought hard. You know, they fought, you know, every inch. They gave away nothing. And, you know, they fought for the whole 90 minutes, which is excellent. In addition to that, it's always heartwarming to see a team improve over the period of the league. And, you know, that's what we're trying to see. We're trying to play better football. And, you know, Moruga is definitely on the upswing, and they're playing well.
Atula Guerra was brilliant tonight, a masterclass from him, 4 goals.
Of course, you know, he's a leader in the team. He brings a lot of experience and a lot of skill. And, you know, because of his dribbling ability, you know, a lot of players, they drop off. And when they drop off, he's able to create for other players and shoot and score and so on. So he is really excellent. And he's a real leader in the team. And it's just fantastic for us to have him.
Well, thank you very much, Manage, and you can celebrate with your boys tonight.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thank you so much. All right, let's take a look now at our Campari Player of the Week for Match Week 10. And it is the man they call Ball Pest. You wonder why they call him Ball Pest? Well, he's a pest to opposition defenses. And it goes to Kieran Cummings for his 2-goal performance. Real Westport against AC Port of Spain. Certainly stood up, scoring a penalty earlier on. And then, well, you call him Mr. Cool because he's cool in front of goal, and that's his second. A performance that got his team the win and earns him our Campari Player of the Match. $500, courtesy Campari. Big smiles from Kieran Cummings. The man has scored 2 international goals, all coming against Mexico. Big smiles from him. All right, let's look ahead now as we check out this weekend's matches. Westport, Kieran Cummings will be in action against Central FC. That's at the Arima Velodrome tomorrow. And then after that, Central Soccer World, they got a win last week, and they'll be looking for another against AC Port of Spain and Che Benny. That's also at the Arima Velodrome. On Sunday, we move to the Police Barracks, where Police would look to rebound from their defeat in their last match as they take on Kunupia FC. So that's how it stands, and that's what we look forward to. Ascension football action full-time here, though, in Terminix La Horquetta Rangers. In fact, in La Horquetta Recreation Ground, it's Terminix La Horquetta Rangers 7, Moruga FC 1. It's time for the party to begin. This is on behalf of our entire crew here at Sportsmax. We certainly enjoyed bringing all the action to you here, and it is time where we must bid you farewell as we join the party here in La Horquetta. Until next week. Goodbye for now. Catch you later.